organizing this tournament. I can't re-emphasize enough that all of the volunteers, they're all volunteers. And not a single person is drawing a single penny from this entire event. It's all for you. It's a complete 100% non-profit initiative. Even from the sales, whatever is made is all going towards funding this tournament. And of course, looking forward to the upcoming DMAABasketball season this year, inshallah. Just want to say a few things. At this time, all of you really possess something very special. And if you were to think about the richest people in the world at this time, so kick around some names in your mind of a few individuals who are considered to be the most wealthiest. Right? What are some names that come up?
Bill Gates.
Right? That's Bill Gates is always one of the first. And there's other names, right? But I can tell you something firsthand. That the richest and most wealthiest people of today, living right now, they would, in a heartbeat, in a flash, give up all their wealth to possess something which you possess right now. What is that? The most successful people, huh?
Okay.
If you were to ask Bill Gates right now, or the CEO of Apple, or a lot of rich people that I know, that would you, if you could, give all of your wealth and exchange, go back to being a teenager, getting your youth back, right? Being 15 again, being 16 again. In a heartbeat, if you ask me, if I were to give whatever I achieved in my life, and if I was asked, would you make an exchange for whatever you've done so that you can go back and be a youth again? In a heartbeat, they would give up everything to go back and do it again. So what does that tell you? Right now, you possess something. Right now, you possess something that the wealthiest people of this world could not buy. So in other words, you have an asset that Bill Gates doesn't even have. And what is that? What is that? Your youth. Your age. And then, God the All-Merciful, Allah the Almighty, if you're blessed with health to accompany that age, your age, the wealthiest people are ready to spend everything to be back in your shoes. Can you imagine that? So we're all trying to become like them. It's kind of funny. But if you're to ask them, they'd spend their wealth to be able to go back into your very shoes. For one reason. For one reason. And that is because of your youth and because of your health. So what does that tell you? What does that tell you? Right? Prophet ﷺ already told us. And what is that? He said, value 5 things before 5 things. And I'm just going to mention 2 of them so you don't get overwhelmed. He said, شَبَابَكَ قَبْلَ هَرَمِكَ اِغْتَنِمْ خَمْسًا قَبْلَ خَمْسٍ. That value 5 before 5. Value 5 things before 5 things. One of the things he said, value your health before, God forbid, you become sick or ill. Right? We all know people who are very young, but, you know, their lives have been impeded upon because of certain circumstances, health circumstances. So value your health before getting sick. And then he said, value your youth. Shababaka qabla haramik. Value your youth, this time that you have right now, before you get old. Because this time, I wish I could go back and do it all over again. I really wish. And I'd change so many things. Right? I'd change so many things. Right? What I'd give to be back in your shoes. Right? So what does that tell you? What does that tell you? Right? Value what you have right now. And what's your life right now? What is it that you have? It's your time. What's life? Time is life. Time is life. When we talk about suicide, you know, we have a very high rate of suicide here in Ontario. And what is, you know, people take their lives. When you kill your time, when you waste your time, you don't utilize your time, you're basically, this is a form of suicide, because life is time. Every second goes, doesn't come back. Correct? Right? Every second, it's gone. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, never comes back. Right? So life is time. Value your time. And I'm going to tell you something right now. We live in an age where people, they're building countries, building entire islands in the middle of the water out of nothing. We live in times like this, right? We've seen, right, people who have been living out of their garage, right, become great people. The reason why I mention this is because there's absolutely nothing that you can't achieve, and there's nothing that you can't do. There is a condition, though. It requires a little bit of discipline. You need to bring some discipline into your life. You know, you first, and that only happens if you understand what you have right now. You understand? Understand where you are in your life. This youth, this shabab, is very special. And a lot of the people who have become great, successful people, they got a lot of things out of the way at this time. They really utilize this, but these are your golden years, right? And don't waste it in cheap thrills. Don't waste it in cheap thrills. And that's what's happening right now. The whole society right now is all after cheap thrills. You know, we start Monday, we look forward to Friday night, Saturday night, and then we're back at it again. You know a roller coaster? Roller coaster, right? I've been on a roller coaster, right? So you wait in a long line before you get onto the roller coaster, right? Right? Sometimes lines an hour, half an hour, depending on what day you go. And then finally you sit on the coaster, right? So you wait Monday all the way till Friday night, Saturday. Okay? So you sit on this roller coaster, you waited an hour, half an hour. How long is the ride? How long is the ride? If you get lucky, some rides are 45 seconds, a minute and a half, a minute 45. I don't know of any roller coasters that's longer than a minute 45. Or, you know, okay? So a minute